You're so cute and cozy looking on
I am overheating.
I'm like a basketball. The more you spin me, the more I laugh.
I'm like a what?
See this toilet paper? If I could spin it.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name's Anastasia.
My name's Kai.
My name's Kendra.
My name's Nick.
You might know
And
Kendra.
together we are
What are we, Nick?
The Metropolis.
the four
The
amigos.
Quadruplets.
Yeah, I just made it up. Sounds good.
You might know Kendra and Nick from Kendra's channel. Kendra, it's Kendra Christine, right? That's the name of your channel, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I have that in the description right now for you guys to go check her out. Ding. Anyway, they're visiting me this week, which is so fun. And I thought it'd be fun for us all to do face masks and do a little Q&A about
Life.
yeah, different things like marriage questions, because we're engaged. And how long have you guys been married?
2 years and some odd months.
I love that he's answering all of this stuff. He is
Together we
living
are.
his best life. Can't wait to be a
I got married in
YouTuber.
September, so I guess 2 years and a month.
Nick married Kendra to use her for YouTube. Anyway, I thought it'd be fun to ask them some questions about married life and stuff like that, because I mean, we don't know anything about anything, and they seem very wise. We're not wise. So anyway, I thought it'd be fun to do face masks because, I mean, I don't know, why not? They were all excited when I offered the
It sounds
idea.
very relaxing. I have not done it.
It's fun.
So
He's
relaxing.
like, every time he's like, let me answer this.
Let me in. But this is my favorite face mask, which is by Teamy, and they are sponsoring this video today. Ding. So we're going to be using this now, and then the vitamin C serum at the end, so that'll be... Kai told me to do this. Alright, before we get into it, if you end up liking this video, give it a big thumbs up. Everybody put a thumb, or 2 thumbs, or all at the same time. Thumb. That's not a... Don't forget to subscribe down below. And also, I have my little clothing shop in the description box for you guys to check out. Woohoo! And my Instagram is right here if you guys want to check it out, all the hot behind the scenes of my life.
Okay, I'll have to find it.
Without further ado, let's do something else other than what we're doing right now. Alright, so we have so it's really, I think it smells really good. It has lemongrass and stuff in it.
It looks thick.
She thick.
It looks, ooh, it does smell great.
It's not a sheet.
Which
it's
means
like
it's
a
probably
paste.
going to actually do something.
It's like aromatherapy in addition
I really
to...
It does smell really
So
good.
it's all super natural. It's cruelty free. It's made in Florida. Okay, anyway. Matcha. Oh, that's where the green comes from. Lemongrass and clay, and it's a detox mask.
Is it edible?
Do you want to eat it?
No, but I'm just asking.
Couldn't be more disastrous. Kai's gonna put my face mask on. I'm gonna put his on, and then they're gonna do each other's.
Guys, first.
We have to go back
Guys
to
doing
back.
us first.
Okay, yeah. Guys doing us first.
What?
If it sounds impeccably better, it's because we're using their camera and
The other one
We're
overheated,
poor.
just like
so
me.
picking up exactly where we left. Go ahead.
Alright.
Oh my
That's such a
gosh,
cute-
Kai! That's
Hurry.
so much!
That now.
Babe,
Look at me.
Don't get it on my clothes.
oh my
You're not-
gosh, Kai. I'm not moving.
Your hair. Your eyes.
Oh,
How's it feel?
Feels great.
So, how long were you guys engaged?
We're starting now.
We
Yeah.
had a short... I'll let you speak. Because I have to...
Speak, young.
I shall
You're
allow you to
scaring me.
Are
You're
you
like,
getting this in my hair? Okay. Okay.
Headband?
how long were you guys engaged?
Thank you. Okay, I'll answer this one, Nickel.
Perfect.
We actually were only engaged for a little less than 3 months.
Oh, nice.
What a blessing.
I love
Yes,
that.
honestly, it really was. Half of it was because we wanted a short engagement, and then half of it was other reasons, like finances, and I wanted to get married in the backyard,
Oh, that's nice.
which is what you guys are doing.
Yes.
I didn't know you guys got married in the backyard.
Baby, you're getting it very close to my eyeball. Please be careful.
Oh, whoops.
Look how close it is to my eyeball.
Okay, calm down.
I must
You
say,
got it closer to my eye!
It's like art.
you're doing great, sweetie.
Why are you scared of me?
Is he the one who was asking for...
Look at my
Oh.
This is a disaster.
Oh no!
I got you.
You too was gonna think you abused me. Give me a second. I need my anxiety meds. This is all on camera. Can we not have a meltdown? What was okay? I'm interested in this. What did you have?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you have a pretty low budget for your wedding, like we do?
Yes, because I was paying for the whole thing.
Yeah, we're paying for the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nick did help a little bit, but it was mostly all my savings.
Okay.
we wanted to also, it was kind of like in the discussion of like, you know, it's like a once in, I'm so excited for this. It's once in a life, you know, time event.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, well, what would you rather spend money on? I mean, we didn't want it to be like, you know, absolutely like not even spending any money on it or, you know.
Yeah.
But if we had the option to have a better, quote unquote, better wedding, or, you know, like being able to
afford a down payment or something.
Yeah, afford a down payment on a house or a car or something, or be able to, ooh, it's tingly, or go on a like better honeymoon.
Yeah.
Which, and like have that like experience. Of
Yeah,
things.
being able to go somewhere nicer or something like that.
Yeah.
That's how, that's kind of our mindset too. Where did you guys notice that like you saved the most money? I mean, obviously you had in the backyard, but were there other things you did? Oh, didn't
Your
you...
dress?
Hold on.
I mean...
And didn't you do dessert, right?
Yeah, so we didn't do catering at all because we had like, it was at, what, noon or 1?
Oh, okay.
So it was an earlier ceremony and reception. And so, yeah, we just did desserts and like coffee, a little coffee bar, cookie bar.
You're done.
Yeah, you're done. You have a beard, bro.
Oh,
I'm not putting it in your beard.
But...
So like for us right now, like engagement isn't like we're super obviously really happy to be engaged to each other and to like be getting married, but like we wish we could have had like a much shorter engagement because it's not really, I think what people don't think about is it's not necessarily fun to be engaged because it's like that limbo stage of like you're almost there but you're not there yet, like where you can't really make any big decisions yet about like where you're gonna live necessarily and different things like that, or if you do you can't really do them, but at the same time it's like you have to have all the stresses that come with getting married without any benefits at all.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Did you guys feel like that too, even though you had a shorter kind of engagement?
It was definitely stressful, but I think it would have been more stressful on me if it was longer.
That's how I feel. That's
like I just get it over with, man, and
Rip
then you
off
don't
the
have to
Band-Aid.
stress. Yeah, you don't have to stress for 8 months. You only have to stress for 2 months.
Yes. Look at his face.
One of the things that I really liked about the engagement period is like it did give you time to plan, maybe more like not thought. Whereas it gave you time to actually like if you hadn't had conversations about something like the deeper stuff or like just not even deep. Because, like, the nitty-gritty, like, financial or this. Or
like, little things. Different bank accounts, same bank accounts.
To, like, go and do our, like, our...
Pre-marriage counseling.
Pre-marriage counseling, which was really good. And then in a way, we're like, we need more. We're like, Because there's never, like, the total feeling of, like, oh, I'm ready to be married.
I
because,
have
like,
arrived at marriage.
Yeah, it's like, we're still both, like, pieces of work. You know, we always are going to be.
What a piece of work.
Yeah, exactly. Because God is always... refining and in the process of like that justification, right, and or sanctification, and of making you more and more into His image and more capable of actually loving this other person well.
100%.
So it's a good time to try and
are
build
you guys
that up,
currently doing pre-marriage
counseling?
Yes.
We've had one session so far, and we're having one this Sunday too. So we are definitely doing premarital counseling, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I love him. He's great.
Yeah,
I've known him for a little while, like since I've been going to the church about 5 years. So constantly having to take down yourself of okay, well, this is what God has in store. Even if you don't think it's right, it's what God wants, so it's right. So conform to that, not what you think is right.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I
it's
agree.
a continual of that, doing that every day and laying that down.
I agree.
It smells so good.
Doesn't it smell so good? I love the smell of this mask.
The longer it sits, the more
it smells like really fresh to me.
You know what feels really good is when you have like a fan right above you or in your face, and it hits right on it.
Let's all fan each other.
I literally love it. Please do. I'm burning up.
Also, I know because everybody's gonna want to be like asking this question when watching this video is like, you good?
My foot was falling asleep.
Is purity wise, because you guys saved yourself from marriage, right? So and so are we, and obviously that's like so difficult. I feel like it's difficult for every single couple that is doing that, and everybody talks about how difficult it is. But what I wanted to ask, because people don't talk about this, I feel like as much, is like, how worth it was it for you guys? Like, you know, that feeling of just like, I don't know, what did you feel like emotionally and spiritually with the Lord and stuff, being able to say, like, we waited for marriage, like, that's awesome.
Well, it's like, we didn't have too many physical boundaries when we first started dating, and then lines got crossed and we were like, this is not
going downhill fast.
This is not good for us. And so, like, 7 months before we got married, I was like, we're just gonna cut all of it off. Like, no kissing, no hugging, which seemed really drastic. So it was like 7, and then we got engaged. But I felt like we got way more used to it when we were engaged. So it was like, it almost was gonna feel new again because we didn't have any of it. So we were like, oh, this is gonna be exciting.
I look forward to just like the thought of kissing her.
Yeah, and just being able to,
we
like,
took it all
hold
the
her.
way. Yeah. So it was like, well, when we're actually going to get married, we want it to feel like it's new. We want it to feel like it's intended to be without it being tainted.
Right.
And so I feel like there was just way more excitement in knowing that this is what God wants. This is the context God wants it to be in, and this is going to be way more beautiful than what it was before, which we were still virgins.
Yeah.
But it was just like, experiencing that in that pure setting was like, wow, this is awesome.
Right. And
you know,
make it clear, this isn't like, if you haven't saved yourself for marriage or something, this is not saying like, well, you're done, like nothing like that. Like, there is, like, God has grace and mercy, and I sin every single day. I mess up daily. But I know too that it can be so hard to want to uphold that promise if there isn't any weight behind it for me. So that's why I like to talk to people who are like, it was worth it. It was so worth it. And like, I find it interesting too, like, so we're 5 months out from getting married, and about 7 months out from you guys getting married. You're like, all right, we're gonna put a really big boundary here, and we're gonna cut it all off for now. And like, for us, it's a little different because we still kiss and stuff like that. But it's so interesting, just like different couples work differently. You know, some people, it works really well for them to be like, literally, let's just not even kiss, because I think that will be better, like, either easier to like uphold or something like that.
right? Because it depends on the convictions of them.
Yeah, but it's like their first kiss at all was their wedding.
Yeah, so
you're like, wow.
Yeah, some people do that.
Like, that's, you know, like, and I can honor and respect that.
Yeah.
I really wanted to kiss her, so that wasn't our first kiss.
Yeah. But it just in 7 months it kind of was. Yeah.
But back to your question, in terms of like saving yourself, was it worth it? I think that there was a lot of excitement, obviously, for something that's new, something that, you know, like, you hear so much about, whether, you know, it's just like from other people, and that it is special and it has a lot of significance. And so there was a lot of excitement, but there was a lot of nervousness and anxiety centered around it, you know, of like not knowing, you know, is it gonna like meet up to our expectations?
Because people put such high expectations. I think especially on the wedding night, I was talking to you about that, and like, everybody's been really good to tell me like, hey, don't have your expectations too high, because it is very normal for it not to meet those like movie. Actually, it's probably impossible to meet those movie expectations and stuff like that. It's not probably gonna be like that, but that's okay. Like, that's why you guys are a team and stuff like that. And I think that's really. Somebody asked me once in one of my last videos, like, have you guys talked about your expectations? And our expectations is like, Kai's like, I'm gonna love you. Like, I just love you. Whatever, like, I love you no matter what. Yeah. Like, that's the expectation.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine if you were another way, I'd be so stressed out. Oh my gosh. I would be so stressed out if you had like a set of like, it's gonna be perfect and like fireworks, and I'm like,
can you imagine how you feel? You're like, oh, great.
Dude, I already, struggle with like body image issues sometimes and self-doubt and stuff like that, even though he calls me beautiful and incredible every single day. So I can't imagine if you were like, it better be incredible, and I'd be like,
right?
Yikes!
Yeah. The act itself is not just for one person.
Exactly.
It's a joining, right, of two into one, and it is. Yeah, it's really special, and it does get better with time because you're figuring each other out, and you're breaking down those walls.
And when you haven't been married, and that is the first time you're doing it, you don't realize the vulnerability that you have to give to the other person. But as you get to know them,
which is marriage, also an act of love, is being vulnerable in that way.
Yeah, and as you get to the years go by, you get more and more vulnerable with this person in other areas, including that area. So it does get better because you're like, I am way more comfortable with you now than I was back then. Yeah. Even if you were vulnerable and you're like, I love you and I'm comfortable with this.
Even more vulnerable and comfortable. Right. Yeah.
I know you mentioned the movies. I mean, I think it's funny how like, it's gonna be as good as the movies. Like, well, first of all, it's way better, even no matter how it goes, because movies are fake.
Yeah,
so
and
it's real, it's genuine, and that doesn't mean it's always gonna be.
And it includes the Lord.
Exactly. But ultimately, that's what it's all centered around too. So.
And I remember you mentioning to me one time the fact that it is actually a form of worship.
Oh,
because it is a gift from the Lord. And so when it's in the context of marriage, it's a form of worship. And I think when you think about it that way, it's like God doesn't expect perfection from us because he knows we can't be perfect anyway.
Preach.
He is the one who makes us perfect through Jesus Christ. And so I think it's just another way of like, it's worth it because it's not perfect, but it's honoring the Lord and it's honoring each other. There's videos all over YouTube of people having one-night stands and all this stuff and talking about it, but it's
either the one-night stand or purity culture, like
literally
scary side.
Yeah, of like
don't even look at a woman ever. Don't ever look at a man ever with your eyes.
You shouldn't even want to think about your wedding night in any way. Like, don't think about your eyes, your brain, nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that can be really toxic too. And I totally agree. And I think also something that needs to be talked about more is like there is redemption. Like if you've been somebody who maybe you made a mistake before you knew Jesus, or even after you were saved, and you feel like, well, I'm done, I'm ruined, nobody's gonna want me. That is not true. Like, God is the God of redemption. And also, I mean, you guys are here, like, honestly, real question. If you had asked me if I was a virgin, I said no, and I regret it, and all that stuff, and I love Jesus, and I am, I'm trying to save myself from marriage now, what would you think? Like,
I mean, honestly, I was just like, wouldn't think anything of it. I mean, I would, but
you wouldn't love me less. Like,
I would just be like, I would take it into consideration and go, well, she's striving to love Jesus better.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has their falls and stumbles and tides and bent towards other certain tendencies of sin.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. 100%. And like, same thing with you. I would be like, I'd probably honestly in my flesh be thinking like, oh no, like I'm scared that I won't be enough, like compared to somebody else that he's been with or something. But it would not make me love you any less.
You'd already fallen in love with the person before you were, thinking about, is that going to be something that you didn't know about that factor?
Yeah.
It's something to maybe think about and talk about how that might change going into it. But it's not. Your heart had already fallen for them.
Right.
I feel like, didn't you say something to me about that? Like,
you
were like,
I was expecting you to not, just because I'm like, like it is so rare.
Yes, it is.
And so like in that sense, it was kind of like growing up, I had almost already kind of expected and kind of mentally prepared for, well, what if my wife isn't? And because it doesn't seem like anyone around me or the culture that was going to be the case.
Yeah.
And so ultimately, it was like, well, I'm not going to be like, oh, you have like, oh, well then I'm uninterested.
You're tainted. Like nothing like that.
It's like I've made so many mistakes. And,
exactly.
And it's not, and so there's a lot to it.
But I like that you said that because it is true. Like I think of my friend circles and I'm like, yeah, so many of them have just like not cared as much about keeping.
Like that's not a priority.
Yeah, it's not a priority, and it was for me. And even him saying like, I kind of figured it probably wouldn't be, but I'm still gonna save myself. Almost like that. I'm not gonna let them make me lower my standards.
Even if my future husband doesn't, I'm going to.
I'm still doing this for her, or I'm still doing this for whoever.
And for God, and I think that's awesome. Yeah. But I think that's super important just to note, like, these are two godly men who are literally saying, like, we loved you. We loved you. And, like, things would be different in the way, they approached certain things and conversations and stuff, knowing that. But if that were the case, like, you wouldn't have loved me any less. So that's not an excuse to just go out and go, like, but, like, don't think that good, godly men won't want you if you it's all about what you are, how's your heart now, what is your heart after now. Like if you're like, I have no intention of saving myself for marriage, and there's a godly man who does want to save himself for marriage, well then he might not be interested because your priorities don't line up. But I think that's a little bit different.
So I don't know if you guys are gonna be like us, but it was hard for us to change the I's into we's. Be like, I do this. We do this. My money. Our money. Okay. Like everything becomes like this is
together.
Your life now. We, us. Because I still slip up on that stuff. I mean, even jokingly a couple days ago or yesterday, I don't know. I was like saying something that
I can't wait to be in my lawn or something.
My yard. Our yard. Okay. Sorry. Things like that. That means a lot to him, but that's harder for me to think of.
And so you'll get to work on things. Definitely a lot over time.
And it will be awesome.
And it is awesome.
It'll be awesome. It'll be. All right, we need to wash these off. We washed off all of our face masks. My face feels really, really soft right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, actually really
this is
smooth.
my first time feeling it.
Feels smooth.
I wanted everybody, if you guys are good with it, putting on this vitamin C serum from Teamy, which is literally, oh my gosh, I love this stuff so much. I might love it more than the mask because I've seen actual, like, improvement in my, like, skin texture. Well, the pigmentation of my skin. Like, it evens out my skin tones really well.
To try this.
And I really, really like it. And it smells really good. It smells really good. It is tea infused and it has hibiscus in it, so that's where the pink comes from. So it's all organic and, again, cruelty free and stuff.
Stop that squeak.
Mommy is skin-caring. On your
Just
list,
one?
everybody get your, I'll give you like a pump and a half.
He's got a big face. I gotta say, I'm very excited for this because
and
Kendra...
then, rub it, and then just like, I rub and then I pat at the end. You're patting your ears.
That's nice.
I love the smell of it. It just smells really fresh.
Okay, question. Do you do this at night or in the morning?
I do it both. I do it both. I like the morning and the night. So if it's in the morning, I will do my face wash and stuff, and then I'll do this, and then after it dries, I'll put my like lotion on top of it.
Okay. I love serum.
I love the smell of it. Like it feels.
It's also
so
tea
nice.
infused.
Infumed.
It's infumed.
It's just gonna go up in flames. I love it, and this is actually I think my third bottle. I love it so much. I really, really do. I'm so glad they sent it to me because I was literally just about out, and I was like, yes, because I was like savoring the last little bit. But I mean, you guys, this is more for them than you. But if you use my code, I think it's VITNAS20. It's like vitamin Nastasia 20, but it's VITNAS20. It's gonna be on the screen.
It sounds like ZitNAS 20. Sorry.
You can save 20% on any purchase. It doesn't have to just be this. It can be the masks, it can be the oils. Oh, hold on, let me go grab another oil. I have this too, the Teeny Repair oil, and I love it. So it has chamomile in it, and it smells really good too. And it's just like a really like kind of rich oil.
What is it?
But I like the smell of this too.
Would
anyone like some drops?
Sure, let's just do it all.
Who wants some drops,
I'm
friends?
feeling fancy.
What does it do? Where do we put it?
It's like repairing. Like it's just really good for your skin and like just skin
oily
cells and stuff.
Oh, so what does it do? Just repairs?
I like the oily ones because then it actually kind of
Chamomile
like sits on the skin.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed our little talk.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed our talk.
Good mix of fun and real life.
And real life and
real talk.
Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
And
skincare.
And skincare.
We could totally do a podcast.
To be continued.
I really wanted to do a podcast with her.
Like, we're so funny.
Okay, you guys talk. Love you guys. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.
We'll just like.
Oh, I'll have Teamy's website down below, and my code and everything. Oh my gosh.